Good afternoon, beloveds. We're going to do a quick energy check-in. So give me a moment. All right, beloved ancestors of the highest white light, all of the Archangel, Holy Spirit, all the beloved passed on loved ones that are here, including the Messiah, okay, all of the high-ranking angels, the whole celestial kingdom right now. I ask you as I go through these messages that these people take heed to it, okay? Because this is not a game. This is not a joke when it comes to a divine feminine / masculine who is in their purpose, okay? But remove any and all negative energies, anything that is unclean from the underground, send it right back to sender 20 times upon their head, known and unknown, that is around the divine masculine / feminine, okay? Lock, block, and seal those energies, especially in these messages that I'm going to give right now. In Yeshua's mighty name, so it shall be. All right, first off, I want to make sure these tunes in the background is not too high where you guys can hear me, because somebody has commented it. All right, so okay, Spirit, is confirmation. I'm going to turn this down. The flute, the native flute, is very relaxing. But I'm going to turn it down just a bit so you guys can hear me, because somebody has mentioned that to me. Okay? All right. So these is about 2 fallen angels right now, okay? Heavy around the divine feminine / masculine. They both could be fire signs, okay? These are about some third-party interferences when it comes to this Jezebel, this main cult leader, who could be a water sign, okay? So let's tap in. Definitely a water sign is involved with these 2 fallen angels here, okay? All right. So we have the spirit guides from the celestial kingdom, especially Archangel Michael. Let me move up here. Especially Archangel Michael. All right. When it comes to Lucifer and their Jezebel. Okay. So Archangel Michael, the whole celestial kingdom, was here, there, and everywhere. Wherever these ops were, known and unknown, they were around, like I've said over and over again, recording, listening, and preparing themselves for battle, okay, behind the scenes. All right, so this is about Lucifer and their Jezebel, okay, that's involved with this cursed family, okay. This is divine intervention because something unexpected is happening and people are shocked, okay. So these are some divine masculines in reverse, okay, that's in this coven here. One of these fire signs shook hands with Lucifer and got initiated into the coven. Okay, they were undercover. They were sent in to this divine feminine or masculine, okay, to do a love spell. Because let me pause that. So between both these fire sign masculines, right, they were supposed to be divine masculines, but they fell hard from grace. They was doing love spells on the divine feminine. All right. Again, always take the roles where it resonates. It could be a divine masculine or it could be both. But specifically for divine feminine, these fire signs was doing love spell, and they was told to do a love spell by this Jezebel cult leader, this water sign. Okay, that has backfired. You can't, yeah, they try to do a love spell for a love story, a false love story through sexual abuse here, okay, to try to stop Divine Feminine's career. So heavy on the love bombing, okay? They took this gamble to do this. They took this risk to do this, okay? They both could be heavy gamblers here, but their true colors have been revealed. They're not happy because of no closure when it comes to this divine being, okay? For hiding their emotions because it's all too late, and now they're stuck with no freedom. And because of this, plenty of tears, okay? Between a car, between the bedroom, or even a living room on a sofa. But there's tears all around when it comes to these masculines, okay? That they're basically trying to hide as well, okay? They're trying to hold in hidden emotions, okay? And heavy fantasizing, because these masculines, especially this one masculine, definitely has true passion, and they want to speak about this. I need to tell you something, okay? They need to explain how they messed up, because now these masculines can't manifest a true offer because it's over. I'm done. This could be from the Divine Feminine or Divine Masculine, okay? So again, heavy on the communication. Someone could be looking for this divine being's address, okay? Because they don't want this divine being to leave, these lost souls that's holding on tightly to this divine being and feeling hopeless, knowing that jail time is coming soon for what they did in October, okay, with this main cult leader Jezebel that there's confrontation about. These are two fire signs, two masculines, and they don't have to be fire signs, okay? But in this situation, it is a fire sign, okay? Heavy. And these two masculines that are secretly competing might be out in the open now. These two fallen angels, okay, that wants to heal a connection. So heavy on the confrontation, okay, because of an awakening when it comes to these masculines that have been deceived by this Jezebel. Excuse me. Okay, so heavy on the deceivement here. They've been deceived heavy by this main Jezebel cult leader. Usually I'll sneeze 3 times, okay? I normally sneeze 3 times because I do have allergies. But when it's just twice, that's a spiritual sneeze, okay, of a confirmation that these masculines know they've been deceived, and this is their awakening, okay? Because one of them or both of these masculines could be waiting for this divine being to call them, okay? Because they have bad reputation for trying to make this divine being compete when there's no competition, okay? There was never no competition when it comes to these fallen angels, and this divine feminine / masculine was damn sure not about to compete over no Jezebel when they know their worth and their value, and they know that they are not the same when it comes to any karmic. That's why they have confidence. Yeah, okay? And not these Jezebels can take it away from them because they're not on their level. All right. So these could be someone's child's fathers here. These could be karmic fathers here that's not safe, okay? One of them could be saying, I hate my life, or they both could be saying that, okay? They're very traditional. So this is why we got the government spying on a divine masculine / feminine right now, okay? And the Lord is here. The Messiah is definitely right here, okay? Watching and waiting. The whole celestial kingdom is watching and waiting for any wrong move right now. Okay, yeah, because these masculines became obsessed. One of them or both of them could be saying, why are you ignoring me? Okay, heavy on that. Okay, they know there was a coward from running from this divine being. Okay, but still trying to collect the 411 on this divine being and self-reflecting. Okay. Okay, so this these masculines could be watched. One or both of them could be watched. Actually, they both can be watched by different parties here, especially when it comes to the law. Okay? And they're also being watched by this karmic female, this Jezebel, this main cult leader, saying, I can't stand you, and I hate that I'm obsessed with you as well. Okay? They can't stand the fact that these masculines, okay, feel this way, have some type of feelings, and that they are obsessed. Like this Jezebel is. Okay? So they don't like it. Okay? And that's why they can't stand this divine being, because they hate themselves. They hate themselves from the inside, from the out. They feel like that this main Jezebel definitely saying that shit's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, sitting in sorrow for doing black magic on these divine masculines, these partners of this divine being, this divine feminine. They're heavy embarrassed, okay, because someone has said, I don't love you, to this karmic. They're embarrassed about this. It's something they did on a blood moon, okay? This eclipse with these constant spells. They was doing all types of spells here, from sleep, hunger, beauty, security, finance, okay, separation, all type of spells on this high priestess energy here. Because this main Jezebel cult leader, she's the main one that can't believe that this divine feminine / masculine is still alive, because your powers were weak. They were weak. The Most High let you believe that you had some power just so he can get you all caught up, and then bam, it was all an illusion, right? So you need to get ready for what's about to come. Okay, realizing you have false power here, especially when it comes to these masculines that you also put a love spell on. Okay, to try to keep this divine being away from any masculine out of envy and jealousy here. That shit can kill. I said it already. So this Jezebel is going to pass away, because that's heavy in the energy. Okay, and what's got her to pass away, okay, will be due to her envy and jealousy, because I told you guys before, that shit can kill you. All right, this is the crazy shift that is happening right now. They're also involved with coaching a children or a child to be a monitoring spirit. They teamed up to do this with these masculines here, with these Sesame Street meetings that they all linked up to do with a child, or about a child who was an artist, who was talented, who could be an earth angel. And this is why the town is talking. This could be a niece and nephew of someone, of this main Jezebel cult leader here, and a son or a daughter of somebody else's, okay? Yeah, they're talking about this child, okay, that turned to karmic energy, manipulation, okay? There's a death to that. So they manipulated this child, deceived this child, and also this child could have deceived and was under strong spells and witchcraft over their head, okay? And this is what they're coaching these children to do, sacrificing children so they can lie on an innocent person, okay, and do all this crooked stuff. So this child, they tried to sacrifice, okay, because they were still trying to sacrifice this child. This child could need a deliverance or an exorcism, okay? They could be saying, I just want to go home. There's a lot of orbs and entities around this child, heavy on the protection. Okay. Yeah, heavy on the orbs. Okay. Some type of entities that's around this child right now. So someone's causing fights behind the scenes because they fell into their own destruction, okay? Someone could be saying, why did you take a divine feminine / masculine off their will to this dark practitioner? Because a fight broke out. Because now they got blood on their hands. Somehow there's a child involved with this, somebody's child who could be grown, okay? If they're not having a realization or an awakening right now, they will be, okay? And honestly, there could be confrontation. It could be this child saying, why would you do that? Maybe they felt lied to. They was manipulated. They manipulated this child, deceived this child to have blood on their hands because they thought that this divine being was going to be put out. So this child was told mad lies about this divine feminine / masculine. Okay? Heavy on this, Jezebel tried to cause separation in divine feminine / masculine's life when it comes to anybody that was around her. So this Jezebel, okay? Lucifer's Jezebel, both of them, okay, was shaking hands, and everybody fell for the deal. A lot of people in the group has shook hands with these people. As soon as they shook hands with these people, they sold their soul. I'm going to say they sold their conscience, really, okay? They sold their whole being. So they're stuck and bound to the devil, which means you're under the devil's control. So he doesn't care if you don't like your life. You're going to do what he asks, or he can just take you out or get rid of you. Because again, you guys are not protected in these spiritual streets. There's no protection. So the devil can take people out anytime they want because he's already out to collect right now. Okay? But I'm getting someone or a couple people will be spared because lessons will be learned harshly, and it's going to cause their awakening if it hasn't happened already. Yeah, because somebody's crossing over, okay? Definitely crossing over heavy, and something's about to go viral. This is why a lot of snitching is going on, especially when it comes to this stolen property, this home that they will be losing if they haven't already. Okay, so someone's really confused on why would they set a divine feminine / masculine's funeral? Why would they touch the anointed? Has backfired. The 24th of the month is significant. Could be someone's birthday. Okay. I won't be surprised if it's this child that's having an awakening as well. Okay. Because the universe definitely stepped in when it comes to this Lucifer and their Jezebel that was sacrificing children, including a judge. Okay. The devil here. Okay, because they was holding funds, okay, in different type of accounts from this divine being because they feel like it wasn't fair for her to have it, him or her to have it, right? Again, why you? Why her? Why him? These cock blockers that cannot handle these endings right now. Somebody wants to make it up to a divine being, somebody that could wear a watch. Is one of these two, both of these fire signs. Okay, is both of these fire signs here, and they both could wear a watch, and one could carry a firearm. Because I should never trusted you is what they're saying to this sibling that they was pillow talking with, open chats and phone calls and all that great stuff, huh? Talking about over the conversations. I want her dead here. Okay, yeah. So these fire signs, or one of these fire signs, was heavy wasting money on different type of Jezebels here. Gifted them. There's a lot of cursed gifts that have been handed out for their works, for their dirty deeds. Okay, a 5th of the month is significant. Okay, so somebody could be born in the 80s here who has blocked somebody. So one of these masculines could be born in the 80s and the other one could be born in the 90s. So between the 80s and 90s when it comes to these fire signs, but one or both has declined the number when it comes to this Jezebel here, this main cult leader that they didn't want to sacrifice, okay? A divine masculine. who has proof and evidence about this karmic mother, okay? These masculines could have a mustache. One could be taller than the other. Fuck. Now they want to know, is there a chance? Because something they found out and was awakened to. Because this divine being doesn't want no conversations with no third parties here. And it looks like these masculines could not want any conversation when it comes to these third parties that they chose. They want to make the right choice when it comes to this child here, okay? About this child predator that was sleeping around with their niece or nephew. This child that I've been talking about that has emotional intelligence, who's gifted. This is a younger divine man. This is a younger male. It's a younger divine masculine that they tried to sacrifice. Very emotional, intelligent. Okay, because they got this child caught up in lying. They got this child caught up in a lot of things here. Okay, try to take their innocence away. They preyed on this child, these predators. They did all this to create war, okay? So now it's need to repent or perish, and somebody could have repented. And if they didn't repent, they need to right now. Okay? Especially when it comes to the justice system. A lot of people in the justice system, okay? People from the authorities are stepping down regardless. They're involved with the justice system, okay? So we got the crooked and the upright in the justice system, okay? Because somebody's going to be passing away. This witch doctor here. Yeah, they're facing heavy legal matters, and they're highly triggered about these masculines. And they need to be, they are afraid. Their health is declining. There's doppelganger here. Okay, because thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. They woke up really sick about this. Okay, someone woke up sick about this abuse in a home, and they are absolutely done. There will be no blessings here. Okay, says the Most High God, for their satanic rituals and their gaslighting on a divine being. This cycle is closed. Okay, it's closed when it comes to them trying to keep the cycle open to create their own bloodline here. There's a bloodline of Cain. That shit's over and done with. That shit's closed, because that's why they're asking for help. Somebody else, this divine being, could be restoring their bloodline, okay? They're definitely this Jezebel cult leader and whoever else involved, okay, with Lucifer and their Jezebel, okay? They're asking for help. Please help me. Something that took place in 2014 with a link up, okay? Involving the authorities, involving people that's, okay, confirmed. Involving with people in high places to lie and make false reports on this divine being, okay? And involved with getting their children taken away. So this could be this divine being's child here. Okay, yeah, 2014, a link up happened, okay? So somebody that caught a STD in this energy, and also could be a sexual transmitted demons, okay? That's definitely both. Disease and demons, STDs. Sexual transmitted demons and sexual transmitted disease, physical and spiritual entities attached, okay? So this could be more on the, so, all right, so this child has entities that these people has attached to this child. Okay. Yeah. The attachment started in 2014. Okay. They try to take this child's gifts away because they know this child was gifted, because it's in their bloodline. Why they try to take these child's gifts away, they got their gifts stripped away, so they're lost in darkness, confused, don't know what's going on, okay? They can't manifest shit. Say, sorry, I can't let you go. Okay, when it comes to this ex, that is a fire sign, okay, who's highly turned off about this new love that's coming in, because they're not feeling lucky and they're feeling hopeless. For mocking the divine, that's a big no-no. You never mock any divine being. Like I said, that's mocking the Most High God. Okay, and they was found cheating. Okay, with this Jezebel, with this sibling of this divine being, exposed. All right, they could have a beard. Both these masculines, fire signs, could have a beard, but they're highly nervous. Okay, so they both got a beard and they're highly nervous. Okay, highly nervous. They're both asking, do you still love me, to this divine being, and they both want union. Someone is watching and protecting the air sign. Right? All right, let me note this real quick. Divine feminine / masculine doesn't have any fear when it comes to you karmics or anything of the dark side when they walk with the dark side. You hear me? We don't have no fear. We wait, we ready, we prepared. We 10 toes down. You guys already fucked around and found out. Do you want to continue to fuck around and find out? Because I know where that you guys thinking, where that fear, oh, divine feminine is divine masculine must be in fear. Maybe we're doing it. Maybe we're doing our big one. Psych, sit down. That's the devil whispering nothing in your ear, nothing but lies, the father of all lies. They got you under illusions and delusions. We can't be divine if we walk in fear. Do you understand what I'm saying? You cannot be a divine and walk in fear. It is not in our blood, and that's the reason why we are divine warriors, because it's not in our DNA. It's not in our system to fear. Divine beings, this divine feminine / masculine that you guys have put through the ringer. All right? You guys have put through the ringer. You guys threw her into the pits of hell. And what happened? Did they crawl out? This wounded warrior? Did they crawl out of the pits of hell? And as they're crawling out, they're taking their sword and their shield, fighting their way up to the top and made it? So if somebody has fear of a karmic or any devil, we would have never fought the devil and their minions. We would have never set boundaries. We would have never said no. We wouldn't be talking our shit, our truth. Some real shit. And you guys know this, though. Y'all are in fear, and you're projecting it on the divine beings. We get it. You have every reason to be in fear. But this divine being does not. This divine being just doesn't want to run into any of you. Any of you karmics, any of you wannabes to cipher their energy. They're not going to give nobody, known or unknown, they're not giving nobody the time of day. Their time is precious. Their time is valuable. Something you guys can't take away. Try so hard, but can't do it. Divine feminine / masculine has done more than you guys could ever do. You karmics could ever do. Don't you understand that the devil is a weak, immature little guy? He's really little, really. He's this little tiny thing here, okay, who has minions do their dirty work. Why do they have their minions do their dirty work? Think about it. Because they're afraid to do it themselves. You get what I'm saying? I know y'all ain't got no conscience, but I'm trying to make it as clear where you can understand a little bit of it. Because y'all are delusional. Seriously. And you guys are delusional and put under illusions and a veil put over your eyes because of your wicked, dark ways. That's the reason why your gifts are stripped away and you can't see shit. Can't see nothing. Don't you ever think that the divine feminine / masculine is afraid of you fools. Come and try her or him. Do it and see what happens. I'm dead serious. Do it and see what happens. Because not only is this divine being waiting and ready, so is her team. So try it if you want to. Aren't you guys tired of getting your ass whooped? This divine being will take on a whole crowd if she has to. She already been through that. He or she been through that already. And they're still going to keep on exposing you guys. Why? Because there's no fear. Don't you think, sit about it, sit down and think about what I'm saying. Don't you think that this divine being / masculine was in fear? They wouldn't be exposing you guys still? They wouldn't even be exposing the government? No, because we live by this sword and we're going to die by that sword. You hear me? It's just like the Messiah, how he taught us to walk. He was an example, put here an example. Because without him, none of us would be here. And the Most High gave you all free will and time to change. Like he gave Satan free will. Lucifer, the devil, this whole dark team. He gave them free will because he is fair and he is just. He gave them a time and a season to control the world. So the Most High can prove a point to Lucifer. He's proven a point. He let them have the false power that they have to do what they do because it was all a setup. It was all a setup. And then it was time for the Most High to snatch everything away and get your ass whooped. Now he's showing out. Now he's showing who's boss and who bosses that his divine beings are. Who are the true bosses? He would have never sent them if that's the case. He's got to send his best of the best. He saves his best for last at these end times. His 144,000 earth angels, warriors. Do I need to remind you guys? So don't ever get it messed up that this divine being is in fear. All the little shit you guys are doing, this noise campaigns and all of this shit is petty. So petty, so childish. You guys are children. Baby tantrums. You guys act out as children. You guys are not big and bad at all. You guys are weak. Anybody that's on the dark side are weak. They have no control of their own mindset. They're easily influenced by others. And this is what this devil and Lucifer knows. They know who the weak ones are, who they can shake hands with to come against the divine being. And guess what? This divine being warned many when it comes to this Jezebel, when it comes to this masculine and Lucifer conscious, this fallen angel. This divine feminine / masculine warned y'all. Y'all thought they were crazy out here. Y'all thought she was nuts. He was nuts. Y'all look like the crazy fools out here. Y'all are malfunctioning. You clones are malfunctioning. And you're clones because your conscience is gone. You know who has that? The one you bow down to. The devil. The only one you guys bow down to, giving you guys false promises. Don't you ever think that divine feminine / masculine is afraid. Let me note that again. Come try them if you want to. Come try them up close and personal if you want to. All right. Now that I got that out the way, guys are tripping for real. This divine feminine / masculine wants to make that known loud and clear. All right. So I woke up this morning in that song Mario. How do I breathe? I was humming that this whole morning. Somebody feels like they can't breathe without the divine feminine / masculine. Okay? Somebody feels that way heavy right now. Because 911 is significant. This could be involving someone's twin, false soulmate. Something about an emergency. Okay. All right. So when it comes to these two masculines right here, these two fire signs, let me read their energy. So one, this is for one fire sign right here, okay? What I'm bringing out. So New York is significant. New Jersey is significant when it comes to this fire sign, okay? And they could have linked up or was involved with somebody that wears a ponytail, okay? This is why this silver gray vehicle is really heavy around the energy, okay? LGBTQ is highly significant. Okay, someone with dark brown hair, New Hampshire is significant. Okay, this was a gold digger, and they messed with the gold digger. All gold diggers that's going through hauntings. So this masculine saying is love at first sight, and I can't even look them in the face. Okay, this could be this younger fire sign right here. Then we got this other fire sign. It could be dark skin. One could be dark skin. One could be darker than the other. Okay, but this dark skin one could be a little shorter. All right. And they was also found cheating with the Jezebel, which was their secret partner. Initial N is significant. Okay, someone that wears glasses, who has been removed out of a home, who was receiving cursed gifts from this false psychic here. It could have been spreading diseases, this masculine. With this Black Widow, who's always got a stink face because their immune system is failing. Something about the projects or the hood they could reside in. They could have something. They could have some type of bacteria affection on their foot. Okay, this is a pretend psychic with secret hate and jealousy. This is a male here. Okay, they could have a brother or a stepbrother. Okay, this could be this older masculine, because there's an older and a younger masculine here. Fire sign. All right, both that did dirty deeds with this main Jezebel cult leader, this water sign. Okay, they both was warned by this divine feminine / masculine about this cult leader. Yeah. All right. Okay. So one of these other fire signs right here could be a thin male. They could be tall. who's trying to telepathy communicate, seeing signs and synchronicities. They could suffer with migraines and anxiety, headaches. They could have a sports car. Okay, these fire signs was very lustful when it comes to this main Jezebel cult leader here. This Jezebel got them in their lustful ways even more. They became more lustful. Okay, so this masculine saying, I'm sorry I pushed you away. I feel so dumb about it. Okay, they could have shed tears for this and confessed about this masculine sleeping with karmic readers, okay, that they invested in. Someone from Georgia. They don't trust. They don't trust you. I don't trust you, okay? So there's no trust. Okay, this was an op. All right, this was an op on social media. Okay, that was it. That was played part in trying to unlive this earth angel. And this mask can be saying, what did you do? Because something recently has happened that was found out about. Okay, this person could drive a truck or used to, could be 5758. This feminine here, who was very weak and immature. Their ego's bruised and they cannot hide it as they're trying to now. And they cannot hide it because they feel completely dumb inside as well. Because this masculine, this fire sign, talk about I see you. Okay? I met my match, they're saying. They could be working on their higher self, becoming aligned, because they got enlightened. They could be light skin, brown skin. They got enlightened to this op on social media. Let's talk about I was lied to. This masculine could also wear cap, fitteds, hats, something on their head. Okay, because they was in a love as a friend energy with somebody on social media, karmic readers, okay? This karmic reader was trying to marry divine feminine, and they also been lying to the courthouse. They got court issues, like I said. So there's a lawyer that's going through paperwork. Okay. Yeah. All right. So back to this sociopath here. Okay, this Jezebel. Okay. Because this main cult leader Jezebel, this water sign, has turned these fire signs out. These were third-party interferences when it comes to these divine masculines that fell from grace and became fallen angels. When there was really a divine masculine, okay? But now they lost everything from the Most High. Most High said, you ain't gonna work. You be damned to think that you're gonna come around the divine feminine / masculine in a fallen angel status. You guys already betrayed me, but you think you're gonna betray my daughter or son? You out your goddamn mind. Dead ass is what he's saying. You're out your mind. Now I'm gonna show you. You tried to betray me when I could have gave you everything. Then I gave you a most beautiful gift that you guys shitted on. Oh, I'm about to show you. Okay? And so is this divine feminine / masculine. They ain't playing no fucking games either. Okay? So this sociopath, this private dirty investigator that's full of hate, all right? This water sign who turned these divine masculines out into fallen angels, y'all. This is Cain and Abel for real, okay? So this water sign that's full of hate over here is living in a nightmare now because they was on some clown shit. This Angry Bird and the no flex zone. Initial A is significant. They could have had a recent link up with a karmic friend that's been exposed already at a hotel, motel. They fucked around and found out. So something about last night, okay? And tonight, last night, tonight, about their sinister ways. Something they did sinister here. But divine beings are not affected by you guys' weak ass spells. So go have a damn seat somewhere. Okay? Yeah. Late night. Midnight. Okay? Doing beauty spells. It's backfiring. That's why you guys look the way you do. Yeah, on the weekend. Heavy on the weekend with the voodoo doll. Okay? Got a few Jezebels here. Okay. There's Jezebel and her flying monkeys over here. They're going to be playing dumb about this. They was playing dumb about this. They don't know. They don't know what people are talking about. Or when it comes to these masculines, they're playing dumb real hardcore right now. These karmic females. And Initial T, who has blonde, dirty blonde hair. This is one of her flying monkeys here. They also could be a karmic reader and someone with a red car. Okay? They're disappointed. Okay? They're disappointed. This one of these Jezebels could like handbags. The Grim Reaper is here already. Okay? For this Pisces who has bad body odor. Yes, they have a demonic smell for sure. They feel like Divine Feminine has ruined their life. But they really ruined their own. This is the illusions and delusions I'm talking about. They think they did nothing wrong here. Okay? The devil got these people thinking, no, you're fine, you're good. Trust me, you're good. I got this. You guys got this. I'm right here. I got you guys back. Ain't got you guys back for shit. The devil doesn't like nobody. He hates himself, so he's going to hate everybody else, especially when it comes to a divine being, because they're highly favored. He was once highly favored, Lucifer was, until he fell from grace. And trying to come as the light in this realm, trying to act like they're a light being, but they're really not. False light. Okay? So they feel like their life was ruined by this main cult leader, this water sign, because they're in purgatory. Okay? They're cut off by these masculines and their feelings. These Jezebels could be in the 90s. They know that Divine Feminine / Masculine could do battle by themselves. They see it for what it is. She don't need to say nothing. He or she needs to say nothing. Our walk shows it. Our energy shows it. We don't need to explain, debate, none of that bullshit. Okay, these are some false prophets here that's trying to delay their karma. Okay, they're going to be on the news, humiliated. Okay, archangels definitely had to step in. Okay, because they try to give this Taurus, these Tauruses, is heavy on Taurus. Okay, but they tried to offer them a false proposal. All right, to create separation with their true soulmate here. Yeah, try to stop communication and union. Okay, so they got caught already. Someone could have two-tone colored hair. Okay, all these Jezebels involved with incest. Okay, all of them actually, all of them. And this is why there's a lot of guilt and shame in this energy from these masculines, right? They're all involved in incest. Okay. They know that this divine being who could have a platform is speaking nothing but truth, never gossip. They're big pressed because they got humbled. That's why. These are some young little Jezebels here. May is significant, and someone's name could be May too. Everything's reversed. Okay, these one of these Jezebels, somebody, one of these flying monkeys could have a girl, a baby girl. Okay, yeah, so the truth has been revealed about their death magic. Okay, everything's been exposed. These masculines got a light into it when it comes to this sibling. Okay, trying to attack this seer here, and it was unexpected. Okay, and something's going to be unexpected when it comes to this person going to the psych unit or in prison, or like I said, both. Okay, yeah, they're being followed and watched, and that's why they feel pressured right now, these envious snakes here, because they're blocked. And they want this divine being to be quiet about something, about a kidnapping they did, but it's already exposed. You guys are having trouble sleeping because of it. I want to note this: Divine Feminine / Masculine, if they're a messenger, they're going to get the messages out. Nobody in the world, no man in the flesh, is going to put fear in their heart. I don't care if you're the top high-ranking elite. They're going to live by the sword and what? Die by it. They don't like this high vibing that this Divine Feminine / Masculine is in. That's too bad. That's too bad, little puppies. Too bad. These insecure karmic feminines. They all suffer with personality disorder. They don't know who they are. And that's what these masculines are seeing now. Because of this psychic investigator that they envy. The freaks come out at night for sure. Son about Friday. Okay, with an ex-karmic friend that's been exposed. All right, initial A is highly significant when it comes to a beloved son, this child here. Initial E, first, middle, or last. They tried a pregnancy trap the young child here, and a group of men was involved. They could be church members. Someone could be a Capricorn. These insecure karmic masculines. Tower moment, okay? It's when I tell you, when I tell you the shit that's coming you guys' way. Revenge is mine, says the Most High. This family is heavy emotional of their actions, and they're emotional because one of these masculines, or maybe both of them, is celibate, someone that is married in Divine Feminine's name. One of these fire signs is celibate. They're upset about this because one of these masters trying to get advice. They feel like they can't make it without this divine being. Okay, this could be a soulmate that's married in Divine Feminine's name. Okay, last year, 2024. They could have been found cheating on one of these karmic readers that has dirty blonde hair, another third party here. All right, who's very bossy. They're having visions heavy right now. They could be trying to run into Divine Feminine / masculine. They could have relocated to do this. Or they want to. Yep. So yes. Okay. Someone's still holding dark secrets though. I'll tell you that. And it's eating them completely up. All right. What else do you got, Holy Spirit? Give me one moment, guys. All right. Anything else you would like to share, beloveds, before I close this up? A bunch of sneaky lakes. Right. Like I said, with this Divine Feminine / masculine is so unbothered and it's triggering these masculines here. All right. It's making them want to speak. Okay. One of these fire signs cannot be ascending. One could be and one could not be. Okay? One could be true about it. One could be fake as fuck about it. Okay? So there's masculine here. There's masculine pride here. What about it? Oh, wow. Yep, they came out together. So let me show y'all. Someone is ascending. So one of these fire signs is ascending. Yeah, one of these masculines is ascending because they was unclear about where they stood. So now they have clarity. Now they want to be a ride or die now. So heavy on the numbing. Could be the sneaky link numbing themselves. Jezebel, masculine or feminine. Could be heavy drinking right now about this. Why, Holy Spirit? All right, yeah, because somebody feels like somebody's a match, a complete match. Somebody that they've been watching online. So, because this masculine, all right, one of these masculines, it could be both, but I'm picking up one of these masculines. They thought they had their match in the past, okay, when it comes to this online dating here. But it looks like they're having an awakening. And they see who their match is. Let's see who their match is. Dramatic. This is why somebody's being extra behind the scenes right now. Heavy on today. Energy, current energy. This is why someone's being extra behind the scenes. This is why these Jezebels, okay, this Jezebel, this main Jezebel and their flying monkeys is being extra behind the scenes right now. This is how they look right now. Talking about that clown shit. That's how they look. Thinking somebody's scared. Okay, these catfishes. Thinking somebody's scared. Yeah, that's crazy right there. No, what they scared of this is this self-care that this divine feminine is doing. Maybe this masculine as well could be working on self-care Sunday. Okay. Well, they just don't like this shit. These Jezebels don't like that they can't break this divine being and that somebody has woken up. They don't like this status upgrade. They can't stand it when it comes to this black sheep here. Who's been cleansing. Yeah. Because someone doesn't want to have secret genders anymore. One of these masculines or both of them, but somebody don't want to live on secret agendas anymore. Okay? They're over here cleansing toxic people, places, and things. Okay? Because they was very codependent at first. They don't want to clout chase either. So someone's putting up boundaries as they cleanse. They can see who's real and who's not. A secret of Myra is in the energy because it's divine timing. Okay, definitely not knowing these red flags as I stated before. So there's a masculine who could be healing their childhood wounds as well. Trying to reconnect, trying to find themselves. Because they're watching this divine feminine / masculine in their childlike state. And they see that somebody else, this sneaky link that tried to catfish, that did catfish these masculines, okay? It was all nothing but a side hustle. For this main Jezebel cult leader, yeah, it was her side hustle when it comes to these fire signs. Clickbait. Okay? This is shocking news because now these fire signs realize that they've been misled. It's not what it was. It's not what it seemed to be. It's not all what it cooped up to be. Especially when it comes to this black sheep, who they did try to catfish because of their this divine being's influence status. And because they know that this black sheep is unbreakable, okay? They awaken to this. All right. So confirmed. They're awakened to this. They're awakened that they don't want to be in a friend zone. They can't handle being in the friend zone. This black sheep have put people in a friend zone. Let me note this, okay? For this divine being, there's no friend zone, nothing. I'm going to repeat that and say that again. There's no friend zone anything, okay? Some of these cards be wild, I'm not going to lie, so I'll have to reinterpret it, because some of these cards, I don't be liking their messages because it's not far from the truth. And when these readers have these cards, they be alternating and freaking switching the narrative and shit. I'm coming to tell you the straight truth about this divine being / masculine feminine, okay? If you was with her during him or her in the hard times, right? In the hardships, genuinely helping, okay, around with true generosity and love, you was going to be allowed to sit at their table. But if you weren't there, then this divine being don't want to be friends with you. No family, no friends, no lovers, no none of that. It's on to the next, it's on to the new. For their new soul tribe, there's no such thing as putting somebody in the friend zone. A divine being, see me, I can't put somebody in the friend zone if I know you done effed me over. I can't trust you on any level. Any level. So that's how this divine feminine / masculine feels. If they can't trust you, there's no friends, nothing. You're not in the friend zone. You're in a no flex zone and a no zone. You don't exist. Ghost. Like I've been saying. When it comes to this divine being, let's get that clear. I will be clearing up every little thing that needs to be cleared up when it comes to this divine feminine / masculine. Okay? Yeah. You're not even friends. Okay? Not even friends. Can't be. Not if this divine being don't trust anybody. Especially from the past. There's no such thing of being friends again. Family, lovers, and none of that. Not if you cannot be trusted. You're in the no zone. Okay? Let's make that clear real quick. Any final messages? So I can stop this right now. Let me put this one away. Put that one away. Yeah, so that's this Jezebel, this main cult leader, right? That turned these masculines out. Them and their Jezebels, okay? Being real extra behind the scenes because they're extra. Extra. Read all about it. Extra, read all about it. And that's what we're doing. Expose it all. Final messages when it comes to these masculines, please. Okay, so someone's trusting the signs. Okay. Could be checking in on their shadow side. Okay. anything else, beloveds? Okay, so someone's definitely has done their research, learning more, gaining more insight, reading up. Yeah, this awakening, this crazy shift. Okay, this key player, about this key player. Okay, so they been digging on this key player, this main cult, Jezebel. Okay, this water sign, somebody could have knocked up. Just giving pregnancy trap for some money. Okay, someone that's this water sign is very codependent and got everybody else involved, very codependent. Okay, and that's what I mean when I say this world's not meant for the weak here, because, and I get it, times are tough. So if someone's paying you to do something and you guys think it's so little, it's not. The littlest, weakest spell that you do is going to come back, and it's not going to be worth it. This money, it comes and goes. Then you're out there looking for some more, doing some more crooked, bad shit, repeated cycles. Okay, instead of tapping into yourself, getting closer to the Most High, so therefore He can bless you and you can be protected and all that great stuff, you guys want to do the opposite. You guys want to choose the dark side. You guys want to choose the devil, this little devil Jezebel, because of lust. Oh, lust will get you effed up. Yes, it will. It'll get you effed up, especially with many entities. That shall get you messed up. Yeah, because this Jezebel tried to make money moves. Her and her flying monkeys, when it comes to these masculines here. False promises, broken promises. Because they ain't no money, nothing. Okay? So they slide in people's DMs right now. Okay? Flirting, doing all this bullshit. That's nothing but a spell. So heavy on the love spell when it comes to these fire signs that this water sign has put on. Looks like they're breaking out of. Yeah, because the time. Tick tock, tick tock. Okay? It's a deadline. Yeah, so heavy and sliding someone's inboxes over here to do this, but they got caught, so they're in distress, completely distress, triggered, very, very triggered. Okay, they was giving these masculines false hope, promises, false love. Okay, because they're very codependent. They was financially struggling over here. Okay, now they got these masculines in karmic debt. They're in debt regardless, all the way around. Money, debt, finances. That's all they gained out of this was betrayal, money going downhill, love bombed. That's all they got. And ass whoopings from the divine. Left behind and blocked. Yeah, because one of these fire signs was walking when they was with this divine being at some point. Okay, when they was intimate with this divine feminine / masculine, they was showing up in their light. They was getting blessed. They was only getting blessed because they was around this divine feminine / masculine who was spiritually abundant. So when they was found out that so people had found out about this, was exposed that they was in false light. That light came from this divine feminine / masculine. And now that this divine feminine / masculine has cut ties, people are seeing this masculine for what it is, realizing that they're the problem. One of these masculines or both of them could wear a hoodie, because that's what I'm looking at this card right here. They could wear a hoodie a lot. Yeah, they was walking in false light. Any finances that they was getting, any job they did have, any security they did have when they was with this divine being was because of this divine being. They was ciphering him, their abundance. But once all ties got cut, people see them for who they really are, a nobody. Fucking nobody. So it's bye, Felicia. That's what this divine feminine has said. Okay? It's all masculine. Bye. See you later. Deuces. Right? Yeah, ghosted. Ghosted heavy. Okay? Ghosted heavy. This divine feminine / masculine was completely fed up for the longest time now, okay? Now they want to realize their mistakes here. For them gaslighting this divine being. Yeah. Okay. So I'm sorry, someone's face looks like this. There's someone speaking the truth with no filter. Oh, they mad. Oh, they mad. They mad. Because there ain't no celebration, ain't no graduation, ain't no none of that. Okay? They're also mad because of this divine being status upgrade and what's coming her or his way that they know they're not going to be a part of. That's why they're feeling hopeless. Yeah, because this is how they hold up. This is how they was looking. This is how they was looking when they was with the divine feminine / masculine. That's how they was looking. Poker face, hidden emotions. Didn't know how to show it when it comes to this divine being. They was putting on a front the whole time. Because they was sneaky. They was tiptoeing. That's why they was sneaking around. They was freaking sneaking around, being shady over here. This is something the divine feminine / masculine already knew. She just was playing dumb the whole entire time. See, they got to wait to collect more and more and more info. So when it's time for her to speak up, oh, they're going to let it all out. Then they won't be able to handle the truth. They're going to run from it. That was unexpected for them. For this, yeah, because it was divine intervention, okay? It was divine intervention. Because they try to reconcile with this divine feminine / masculine on some bad energy here, okay? Because they was already had a squad. They already had people in their corner, hidden helpers, to try to get a new soul tribe. And now they're recalling these memories here, missing someone, reminiscing on some photos, even some videos. Why they sit in distress and yeah, okay, fake flexing. Okay, so these fire signs, both of these fire signs was definitely fake flexing, okay? And they thought this divine being was fake flexing. Let me note that again, because I've been waiting to say this when it comes to this divine feminine / masculine. Hold up. You see, you guys think that this divine feminine / masculine is fake flexing. Why do you guys think that? It's a serious question. Us divine beings don't put shit like that, what we got going on, what we got or don't got online, first and foremost. This divine feminine / masculine is simply still trying to survive. They just do it well. That doesn't mean they're fake flexing. That means they're surviving. Okay? They're enduring. They're still enduring, but time's almost up for that. They're not going to be enduring and going through hardships anymore. But during that whole process, there's nothing fake about a divine being, first and foremost. We don't need to fake flex. We was never flexing in the first place. Let's make that real clear right now. Let's clear some things up. We were not fake flexing at all. Us divine beings do not fake flex. We don't need to, whatever we got, we don't need to show the world and put it online like you karmics do. You guys do that for other people's attention. You guys do that. See, the thing is, you guys buy material things of the world to please another man, another woman, to please the world. You guys buy things. Literally think about it. You guys buy things. You guys fake flex just to show it off for status. So you can be liked. That's why y'all are codependent. You guys don't got no true identity. You got to live off the identity that the devil gives y'all. You're really buying all this material things, or trying to anyways. And y'all the ones that are fake flexing, not the divine beings. We know where we stand. We don't got a big head. We're very humble. But this divine being / feminine, masculine, never faked flex. They never flexed in the first place. They're simply enduring. They just show it well. We're not out here, look at what we got, look at what we got. No, we're not. And y'all notice, that's the crazy part. Y'all truly notice in the deepest parts of your soul that this divine being ain't showing out. Him or she is too private. They're not of the world. So why would they want to please the world? You feel me? Y'all notice. So stop with the fake flexing, because divine feminine / masculine, you guys know damn well they don't fake flex. They're enduring like everybody else until that time is all done with, which is near. Because of their hard works. There's no faking it to make it. Us divine beings really been trying to make it out here. All we've been doing is surviving each and every damn day. Because of y'all. Because of all y'all. All you guys abuse and a power of authority to control one's life. You think the Most High is not furious about that? Trying to stop someone's destination when it's already ordained? So now y'all getting your ass whooped and there's more to come. So stop it with the fake flexing, okay? Because divine beings don't do none of that bullshit. We're not here to impress the world. We're struggling just like the next person in this world is, because the economy is shit anyways. So we're struggling just like the next. And y'all notice because y'all follow and watch this divine being. So what are y'all talking about? You're all up in the divine feminine / masculine's business. Y'all want to be in their skin, literally. That's what y'all trying to do with all these gadgets and technologies. Pathetic. Weak. Ass mofos, for real. Clowns. Y'all want to sit here and try to clown a divine being when we're the realest out here? Go have a fucking seat, please. Y'all look stupid for even thinking of saying some dumb shit like that. For real. Let's note that, okay? I'm getting messed up out here. Gotta clarify some things up. Okay? Somebody wants to, chose the right path over here. Now trying to make important choices. Okay? Life-changing decisions is what they're doing. Choosing wisely. Okay? When it comes to these fire signs. All right? Because this is sending panic to a lot of third parties here. Group. Sending panic here. Because someone's trusting the signs. And not coming, though they don't want to come in wearing a mask because they know that shit's going to be what? Ripped off by the divine feminine / masculine? Yes, it is. It's going to be snatched clean off their face. So they don't want to do that dumb shit. Okay? Yeah. They want to come in because someone's glow up. Someone's improvements that they did all by their damn selves here. No help that you guys had put in their life. Made sure you wiped out. No body around them to help this divine being, but they still made it some way somehow because of who they are, because of the divine was there, because they got a purpose, a high ranking purpose, which requires travel all over the world, which is ordained. Now y'all can have a seat because you guys don't got no power. The dark powers you guys think you have, they don't come close to the power of the light of the Most High. They don't. And you guys are seeing that. The Most High God has to show you idiots this. Doesn't he? Yes. They want to come back because of somebody's glow up. All right? Okay? Does this divine feminine / masculine trust these fire signs? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But if the time is right, the Most High will have... See, the Most High says it's up to their divine being, okay? Feminine / masculine. It's up to this empress / emperor if they want to conversate or at least hear somebody out, okay? The ball is in the divine being's court, the Most High said. Either choice she chooses to do, he accepts it. The Most High accepts it because they did too much behind the scenes. So if there's going to be no closure, that's simply what it is. Yeah. Okay. So that's a wake-up call for these masculines heavy. Okay. Because they realizing somebody's self-made here. Okay. And they're realizing they got one of these masculines in particularly. They know and feel they have a strong chemistry between them and this divine feminine or masculine, okay? They feel like this divine being is living a luxurious life. I said what I said. I'm going to keep it real. The Most High knows I'm going to keep it real on what it really is, okay? It may look like she's living a luxurious life. Like I said, they wear it well. But they're still struggling behind the scenes. I'm going to keep that shit real. And the Most High God knows that. Okay? There ain't no sugarcoating nothing. I know read, okay? This one, and this, in my reads, I'm going to tell nothing but the truth when it comes to this divine being here. Yeah. Okay? So what else, Holy Spirit? Okay? But they're about to live a luxurious life. They're about to. Right? Because all their hard work and their patience, their faith, their strength, their courage, their bravery. They don't operate in fear. I'm going to note that again. They don't operate in fear. Divine beings are fearless. The dark side. Okay? Devil and their minions are in fear. That's why they're doing all this shit. They know what the Most High is about and what he carries. They know the Most High's dark side. And they fear it? Yeah, they do. They fear that shit. Because if some of y'all only knew the Most High's dark side, y'all be afraid of him too. You're not supposed to be afraid of no man on this realm. You're only supposed to fear the Most High God. You're only supposed to fear him. And that's the problem with you karmics. Y'all didn't know the Most High God or feared him. Better yet, Y'all thought you guys were the Most High God, right? Goofy ass clowns. Goofies. You saw that clown card. Most High's laughing at you idiots like, Let them go over there and believe that. I got something for them all. Let them believe that. Things about to be ripped. They're about to really find out who has power and who don't. I just let them believe that they have a little bit of power to set these idiots up to all go in divine feminine / masculine's favor. Most High God let you guys go do that dirt behind the scenes, because you guys gotta understand. For some that don't know the Most High God, okay, that don't know nothing about the spiritual realm or nothing about their history or their background, their roots, the Most High God is a fair and just God. So even when Lucifer fell, he gave him free will to take control of the world only for some time. And that is also so we can so we can go through trials and tribulations, because we need to know the good with the bad with the good, so we can know the difference between them both, so we can appreciate when we know what's good in our life. So we got to go through trials and tribulations, and the devil and his minions were part of that. Again, because we all have free will. He gives us free will. We have a lot of freedom that the most of this world took advantage of and decided to take other people's freedom, right? And now the time is up, and now the Most High God and the whole celestial kingdom, including his beloved son, the Messiah, has to show up, the real king out here. Okay. The real king, the one and only. He's not no wannabe. He's the real legit king of all kings, Lord. Okay? Come through, Yeshaya. He is the ultimate king. He's the ultimate gangster. I'm going to tell you, the Messiah was built. He was big. He was buff. That's why it took so many of these Gentiles to beat him, right? When it came to his crucifixion, he wasn't no soft, fair-skinned, blonde hair, blue eye God. And he damn sure wasn't not his beloved son. The king, the Messiah, however you guys want to call him, Yahuwah, Yahweh, Yeshaya, I call him Yeshaya, okay? But this masculine, this divine masculine, okay, that the world sacrificed. He was a big, brolic, brown skin, could even be dark skin, but he was of melanin, he was of color. But he was big. He was toned. Because ain't no savior with blonde hair, blue eyes, soft skin, looking like a feminine. Let's be real about it. I'm going to take those beatings like that. They would have been knocked out. That first whip, whatever, that first hit of violence, that false figure they create of Christ, they would have been on the ground in seconds. Come on, let's be real right now. The Most High knew what he was doing when he had to sacrifice his son for us to be here. He had to make sure his king, when it's said and done, was going to be strong and built for that time. Y'all think you're kings out here. Y'all, most of you guys in the world, and talking to people in high places, that's not your title. You're cowards. A true king is not a coward. They're courage and brave. True warriors. I'm telling you, these people in high places that sit, even in the White House, all these people in high places, they're so weak, like, they can't come close to the king. Okay? They don't know, they wouldn't even know how to survive if it wasn't for, you know, them trying to control the world, because we're working for these people to live great lives here, working our asses off and getting nothing of it just so they can live in their nice little perfect life that's going to be taken away. And they know this. These wars that they're creating is a distraction. There's nothing but a spiritual war going on right now around the whole world. Around the whole damn world. People fighting wars. You're fighting the enemy's war. You're fighting the devil's war. Nations fighting against nations. Getting drafted off into the army, the navy, whatever. You're fighting the enemy's war. You're fighting the devil's battles. Because originally, we was all supposed to come together as nations. This is the devil's doing. He thinks he brainwashes y'all, like the government, his puppets, to think you're doing a great thing to go and get drafted into this war and help us fight and save our nation, our country. That's bullshit ass lies. Their secret agenda is to take as many out as they can. Because it's overpopulated and they want a new world order. That's why these robots exist. Take over humans. Because a lot of humans are being sacrificed since young. And I mean legit sacrificed. Killed. Eaten. Okay? For all these fallen angels out here. That was all set up to fight the devil's war. To destroy nations, right? Yeah. So this world's been heavy deceived. So heavy on someone saying goodbye. Goodbye to somebody. Deuces. All right? Because someone's chemistry here with the divine being. Yeah, because somebody's left on red. Ignored messages. Somebody swept off their feet head over heels is why. Especially when it comes to this divine being's glow up. They know where he or she's about to go. They know. Okay? It's all been exposed. Okay? So no, there ain't no fake flexing. There ain't no fear. There ain't none of that bullshit that the devil is telling you guys. Okay? You need to stop all that. They regret being hot and cold. These fire signs. Okay, yeah, because they don't like being in repeated cycles. They don't want to be in a repeated cycle. They want change because they're fed up. Now they're fed up. Now, fast action fell on the floor. So that's one of these fire signs or both these fire signs is trying to take fast action here. That can stay on the floor. Okay? Fast action here. Because of their wake-up call. Okay? They look at this divine feminine / masculine as a snack over here. Physical attraction. They feel like this divine feminine / masculine has sex appeal. Okay? Yeah. So they're creating a safe space right now. Present or future. But I'm really getting current energy right now. Because it's so heavy around this divine feminine / masculine. These energies. Okay? See, y'all was out here trying to fake flex. See, that's what the projection comes from. Y'all out here trying to fake flex. Flexing what? Things that's not you guys's? Things that you stole, killed, and destroyed? People for? Oh, okay. Okay. To live a luxury life here? Okay. You guys didn't think you was going to get caught? Yeah. That was the plot twist. That was the plot twist. Because you guys never expected this divine being to wake up to the truth. Not only wake up to the truth, but expose it. You didn't know, you didn't believe in this divine feminine / masculine's gifts. You guys feel like it wasn't fair because they hid him. They had to hide him. The Most High made them hide. They was hidden in plain sight. All divine beings are until it's time. Some of y'all know that this divine being was gifted already, though. But others didn't. Others kept it a secret. They kept it a secret. They kept it hidden, which they were supposed to do. That was orchestrated by the Most High. Yeah, it was. Okay. Final message here, and then we can close this up. Okay. After these receipts was found on this main cult leader, this water sign and their flying monkeys. That they was in cuffing season with, thought they was going to get an overnight success. They're left unread now. Okay, so people learn, these masculines could be learning from their mistakes, lessons learned. Okay, yeah, so we're going to close it like that because someone's saying bye to somebody. Okay, because if someone's could be ascending right now. They want to be dedicated to this divine being. That's why I'm keep picking up. One wants to be true and one is not true. One's not true. One of these 5 signs is not true. But regardless, at the end of the day, they both betray the divine feminine in the most worst, inhumane way. And they're under harsh, heavy judgment. Okay? I'm going to leave that just the way it is. Catch you guys when I do. Much love and much respect.